actually last weekend,
Yes.
somebody came back into my life who I am very close to and who is very significant to me, and she's an amazing person, and my soulmate. I mean, I define her as such.
All right. Remembering the definition that anyone you're interacting with at that moment is also a type of soulmate.
Yes.
But I know what you mean.
Yes, that perspective was interesting to me that you offered
All right.
yesterday. And so, as a result of that meeting,
yes.
During that weekend and exploring many things, we had been apart for several years, and reuniting brought up a lot of feelings and emotions, old issues, and
yes.
and we explored those things together.
Yes.
And I became aware of a lot of my thought processes,
all right.
some of which do not serve me.
Thank you.
And I was able to analyze a little bit and isolate those and kind of change my definitions.
All right.
And also apply some things that you had mentioned.
Yes. Such as
the physical mind being too analytical about things and not really understanding, not being able to understand. And I use the analogy of that my mind. I try to approach life as if I were painting a painting.
Yes.
And then if I run out of a certain color of paint, I become frustrated.
Yes.
And trying to redefine that and not approach life in that way.
All right.
But realize that the vision in my head does not have to literally come out into my life.
Right. And what's your redefinition using your painting analogy?
That the type of artwork that life is
yes.
is not a painting, but rather an interactive piece of artwork, which requires improvisation.
All right. So if you run out of one color, what do?
Try to change the balance of the picture by using the colors you do have
yes.
in a different way.
Thank you.
So that was one.
And being open to allow synchronicity to bring you whatever color you might need.
Right.
But in an unexpected way.
Thank you. And so that's one of many exciting aspects and things, breakthroughs and so forth that occurred during that time.
Thank you.
And another thing is that as a result, my relationship with the person I'm currently with is ending.
All right.
And I want to be able to end it in a way that I want it to be conclusive. So that I can move
Although
forward.
Understand that no relationship completely ends, it just changes.
Sure. But I want both of us to walk away from it feeling, like we've gained something from it and feel mutual respect.
Then you can present it in that context, but you must also allow the other person to decide for themselves how they wish to take it.
Right. So as far as being able to find closure so that I can move on, because that is the purpose of ending this is, well, there are many.
Changing it.
Right, changing this relationship.
Yes. As I said, closure for you will come from communicating with the other person in the most positive, constructive, and supportive way possible, and expressing a true belief, if it is a true belief, that the idea of this change actually serves you both. Whether or not the other person understands or agrees is not the point of creating closure. They must then take it upon themselves to create the same closure by using the information that you deliver in the best possible way you know how to. And if you've done your best to do that, that's closure. Beyond being responsible to them by providing an honest statement of the belief that you are doing the best for both of you and allowing the other to grow in the direction that they need to, as you are allowing yourself to do, then whatever they take from it after that is their choice and not your responsibility.
Right.
Make sense?
Yes.
That's your closure.
Okay. And so the purpose of this parting of ways is, one of them is because I feel I should be alone for some time and not be with someone for once in my life and just get to know myself for a while.
All right.
And that's something that I talked about with this person who came back into my life as well.
Yes.
And so that is one big reason for this, and I feel like it's something I should do.
Well, again, using the term loosely, whatever feels appropriate for you at the moment is your truth. It would be wise to act on it if it is an honest assessment of your truth at that moment. It would be wise to take action in that direction.
Yeah, I believe that it is necessary, a necessary step for me to grow.
All right.
And
then take that action.
Yes.
Does this assist you?
It does, and I.
Yes.
Yes. As far as taking this action, there are still moments when I feel a connection to this person who I'm with, and I feel.
You can feel all the connections you want.
Right.
It depends on how you interpret the connections that determines how you feel. And the interpretation of the connections comes from your beliefs. So if there are feelings that come up that are feelings that seem out of alignment with what you prefer to be happening, examine the beliefs that you have that are attached to how you are interpreting the connections that you experience. Does that make sense?
I believe so. Re-examining the connections, re-examining the.
In other words, it's not about necessarily not feeling connections.
Yeah.
But how you feel about the connections is determined by what you believe is going on in terms of how you define those connections. So if you're having feelings about the connections that are out of alignment with what you prefer to feel, you must have beliefs and definitions about the connections that are out of alignment with the preferred beliefs. You understand?
Right.
So examine what those beliefs are if the feelings are out of alignment with what you prefer to feel.
Yeah, I've been examining a lot to try and find out whether I am completely okay with moving on at this stage, or whether I'm forcing myself to move on because I feel like it's a duty that I owe to myself to do so.
So well, that's a good thing to do, because you want to have the discernment to make sure that you actually are moving towards yourself and not just running away from something.
Yes, exactly.
So it's always wise to take the time to make that
assessment.
Yes.
Okay, and I believe one other thing that's helping me with that is what you mentioned about envisioning yourself, your ideal self, and what would your ideal self be doing? How would they be handling the situation? And that's a very powerful tool that I think is going to help me to make the right decisions and handle everything appropriately in this situation. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much. You are welcome.